Hi, and welcome back to this Azure training video. As you have done in our last lab, we created our watch list. So how do we integrate our watch list into Azure Sentinel so that we can actually utilize it? Well, what we're going to do is we're going to go to Content Hub. So go ahead, log onto the Azure portal, navigate to Azure Sentinel, click on your workspace, and this will bring you to Sentinel. So click on Content Hub underneath Content and Management. Now in the Content Hub, we're going to go ahead and we're going to look for a rule called high count. And we are going to do a high count by client IP and port. So I'm going to click on that rule and I'm going to click install. And this is going to go ahead and install this rule. Once this rule has been installed, we will then go in and associate that rule and make a little bit of changes to our KQL script so that we can get up and running. So I'm going to navigate back to my analytics, and I'm going to go ahead and just hit refresh, and I'm going to go ahead and click on rule templates, and as you can see, there's my rule template that we have just installed. So if you don't see your rule template there, you can always go in and just type in high, and there's that rule template, that high count template by client IP imports. So I'm going to click on that. I'm going to click create rule, and we're now going to go and create a rule to integrate our IP watch list. We're going to leave everything as the default on this section. I'm going to go ahead and click next on rule logic, and as you can see, we've got some KQL code. So I'm going to just expand this. Now we just need to edit this code just a little bit to integrate our watch list. So I'm just going to click into the QL code, press enter. I'm going to paste in a piece of code that I have, and this piece of code again is just saying let's get that IP address, and I'm going to come down and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go next on incident settings. I'm going to go ahead and click automated response. I'm going to go ahead and click next review and create. And if you notice, I've done this on purpose so that you can see if you get an error, we need to go back and fix that error. So my error was related to this. So I need to just type in LET and say select. Now I won't have an error anymore. You notice it's now turned blue. So if I go back to next on incident settings, again, we're going to make sure it's enabled. We're going to go next to automated response. We're not going to add any automation around this. We're just going to go next to create. This is going to go away. It's going to do a bit of validation on that script for us. And we're going to go ahead and click save. And that's going to go ahead and now integrate our IP address watch list into this rule. And it's going to make this rule active so that we will be able to use that. So once we've completed that, it takes us straight back to our analytics page. I'm going to go ahead and just click refresh, and you can now see once I've hit the refresh button, my list will appear. Sometimes you may click refresh and you don't see it there. Just be a bit patient. Like I say, the time to ingest stuff can be anywhere from 2 to 10 minutes. So just give it a few minutes and the ingestion will happen, and we can see now we have our rules now underneath our active rules. So that's how you integrate your watch list into a rule so that you can actually start using it in Azure Sentinel. So I'd like to thank you for viewing, and I look forward to seeing you in the next lab.